Okay, y'all. So I just made a video about the story of Lot and his wife in Sodom, leaving Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Because God sent the two angels down there to get them out, right? Because they were in sin, heavily in sin, wicked things, and God was like, not pleased. So I'm going back and reading about the story because so many lessons, so many different lessons in this story. And I'm just going to read to you where I'm at, and then I'm going to tell you how what I'm interpreting or the lessons that I'm getting. Okay, here we go. So, and this is Genesis 19. I am currently at verse 15. Okay. First of all, let's just be clear. Lot didn't even want to leave. Okay? He didn't want to leave, him nor his wife. They didn't want to leave. All right? They pretty much had to be forced out of the city that they were in. The city that was heavily in sin. They were wicked. It was a lot of things going on. Okay? And because they weren't in it, they didn't want to leave because they couldn't see it. They couldn't see what was going on, right? They didn't even want to leave. That's what's really tripping me out. That's what's tripping me out. And what's interesting is that Lot recognized who the two men were. He recognized the angels because he said, "My Lord," right? But anyway, going down to verse 15, okay, because this is where my mind starts to go. He's okay. So it says, at dawn the next morning, the angels became insistent. Insistent means like, okay, you have to go, you gotta go, you gotta go. The angels became insistent, right? And it says, hurry, they said to Lot, take your wife and your two daughters who are here. Get out now, or you will be swept away in the destruction of the city. Okay. Now, that means that Lot is very much well aware at this point. If he was confused or thought any other idea at this moment, it was confirmed to him that if you stay, you will die. Okay? It goes on to verse 16 where it says, when Lot still hesitated. Lot still hesitated. Okay? The angel seized his hand and the hands of his wife and two daughters and rushed them to the safety outside the city. That means that Lot and his family were forced outside of a city that they was just told was about to be destroyed. Okay? Okay, so it says Lot still hesitated. The angel seized his hands, which means basically grabbed him and pushed him out of the city. And him and his wife and his two daughters, and they were rushed out the city to the safety of outside the city. For the Lord was merciful, okay? The Lord is like, all right, I already sent my angels down here, letting you know, warning you, I'm about to destroy the city. Go ahead and leave. I almost want to go back and count how many times he was told that he has to leave the city, okay? It was definitely more than once, okay? So when they were safely out of the city, one of the angels ordered, run for your lives and don't look back or stop anywhere in the valley. Escape to the mountains or you will be swept away. Now this is where it becomes interesting to me because obviously the angels know what's about to happen, correct? Because they were sent from the Lord, right? Lot is being given instructions and he's being so hesitant. He's not listening, doesn't want to listen, right? He's being forced. But his response to the angels telling him what to do, which is run for your life, don't look back, don't stop, and telling him where to go, which is to the mountains, right? And also telling him what will happen if he doesn't listen to the instructions. Lot's response is, oh no, my lord, Lot begged. You have been so gracious to me and saved my life, and you have shown such great kindness, but I cannot go to the mountains. Let's stop right there. Why are you saying that you can't go to the mountains? The angels told you to go to the mountains, so that means that they know that that's where safety is. You don't know that's where safety is. You didn't even want to leave. You don't know nothing past what you already know. These are angels sent by God. How are you telling them, no, I can't go to the mountains? And then he says, disaster would catch up to me there, and I would soon die. Okay? See, now this is him explaining why he can't go to the mountains. See, there's a small village nearby. Please let me go there instead. Please let me go there instead. Don't you see how small it is? Then my life will be saved. This is so interesting to me because we do this today. We do this today. God gives us clear instructions, right? First of all, we don't even want to follow the instructions. We think that we have a better idea or a better plan than God. Do you know how foolish that is? You know how foolish that is. But because God is so kind and he is so gracious, he shows us mercy in our foolishness. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah. He shows us mercy even in our foolishness. Let's keep reading. So then the angel says, all right, I will grant your request. I will not destroy the little village. But hurry, escape to it, for I can do nothing until you arrive there. Okay, now we're in verse 23. Lot reached the village just as the sun was rising over the horizon. Then the Lord rained down fire burning sulfur from the sky on Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? It says he utterly destroyed them along with the other cities, villages of the plain, wiping out all the people and every bit of vegetation. But Lot's wife looked back as she was following behind him, and she turned into a pillar of salt. Now, we've already discussed the meaning of Lot's wife looking back. Please go back and watch my video before this, okay? That's not what this video is about. So we're moving on. Verse 27 says, Abraham got up early that morning and hurried out to the place where he had stood in the Lord's presence. He looked out across the plain toward Sodom and Gomorrah and watched as columns of smoke rose from the cities like smoke from a furnace. Okay? Now that means that Abraham, he knew he was expecting this. He had already had a conversation with God. He knew. Okay? So he's going out checking. Oh, okay. Yep. That happened for real. Okay? Now, but God had listened. Listen to this. Because this verse 29 is referring to a previous conversation between Abraham and the Lord, where Abraham asked, okay, let's read it. It says, but God had listened to Abraham's request and kept Lot safe, removing him from the disaster that engulfed the cities on the plain. If you're paying attention to the text, right, what this is saying is ultimately it was Abraham's prayer for Lot that saved him. It was Abraham's request for Lot to be saved that saved him. Lot not even realizing that his own uncle is praying for him, for his life to be saved, and he is almost standing in his own way. Yeah. That's what we do. That is what we do. We stand in our own ways. We don't know. Our grandma could be praying for us. Our mama could be praying for us. Our children, our husbands, our friends. We have people in our life that genuinely love us. I'm not talking, now listen, let's not get confused. So I'm not talking about fake people. Clearly, Abraham genuinely loved Lot. Okay? So that is the type of relationship that I am referring to. We have people in our lives that are praying for us. Sometimes to the point where for asking God to save our lives, and we are standing in our own way and don't even know it. Don't even know it. And even when we're given warning signs, all right, God is about to destroy the city. Go ahead and leave. Even the angels making sure, do you have any other family members? I'm just letting you know. And Lot is still trying to plead with the angels so that they don't destroy the city. Or he's even been hesitant of leaving when he's been clearly told, if you stay, you will die. After he's forced to leave, the angels are telling him, go to the mountains where you will be safe. And Lot is still almost in a state of rebellious, is what I am interpreting it as. And telling the angel, no, I can't go to the mountains because the destruction will follow me there. No, let me go to this village that's right here real quick. Oh, okay. Go ahead and do that then, Lot. So that's what he did. In verse 30, it says, after Lot left Zoar, because he was afraid of the people there, and he went to live in a cave in the mountains with his 2 daughters. So you mean to tell me, in a state of panic, right? After you've already been given instructions, clear instructions on where to go, you convince these angels to let you go to another place, and now you have to leave because you are afraid of the people of the place that you decided to go to. And you end up going to the mountains anyway. He ended up going to the mountains anyway. That's where he was told to go to in the first place. Now, where the story takes a turn after that with his 2 daughters, we're not going to get into that because that is for another video. If you know, you know. If you're familiar with the story, then you know what happens. Okay? We're going to stop it right there. What I would like for you to take from this video is, number 1, when God gives you instructions, he can send people to your life, right? He can send people to your life. And it has been confirmed that they are sent from God. And you have clear instructions on the direction that you need to go in. Do not be disobedient. Don't allow the spirit of rebellion to take over you to where now you're being forced out of sin. Basically, you're being forced out of sin. But then once you're forced out of sin, you decide where the path will go. You decide the direction that you're going to go in. When God has already told you, go to the mountain because that's where you'll be safe. Don't you tell God, no, I want to go to the village because it's right there. And I know that my life will be saved. Because you'll end up in a place around people that you are afraid of, that you don't know, that don't mean you no good. And now you have to end up going to the mountain anyway, but then you got consequences because you were disobedient. It's in the word. It's in the word. It's in the word. Thank God that you have people like Abraham praying for you, praying even in your own disobedience when you don't even know that you are putting your own life in danger. You have people that are praying for you. You have people that are praying for you, that are interceding for you. You have prayer warriors that are in your life. And that could be simply because God loves them so much that he's allowing mercy on your life. He's granting their prayers for you. That's it. That's all. That's your Sunday Dose of Medicine. I have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.